So
Yeah,
hello everyone. Uh, Hope you had a good weekend. Uh, Yesterday we talked about Milky Way galaxy and star trails, how to photograph them. Today we'll talk about how to shoot planets and how to shoot deep sky objects. So we will first start with planetary imaging, uh, as this is also a science and art. Both uh, are involved in any photography. So I'll call this as science and art. Planets are very far away from us, unlike, I mean, stars. Of course, stars and Milky Way are too much further away, but planets do not have a sizing. They look like us as a point object. And uh, say if you have experienced watching planets in telescope, then you can identify them as a disk. But if you point out your telescope towards a star, then star will look like a star even in bigger telescopes, in whatever bigger telescopes, say 8 inch or 12 inch or even 16 inch. It will not have a disk area, I mean, understand, this is a disk area like this. You'll not come to see in stars. So that's why I'm saying. Uh, Sorry. So we have, in our solar system there are 8 planets. We have to omit Earth. We leave on that. So remaining 7 we can capture in our telescope or in our camera, and we can of course see them. Not Pluto. I've not seen Pluto yet, but Neptune, up to Neptune I have seen. Yes. Okay, so where do I find the planets? Many people, I arrange this sky gazing show, and फटाफट मैं सब दिखा देता हूँ कि हाँ ये विनस है, ये मार्स है, ये स्टार है. तो people ask me, how do you differentiate, what, how do you know that this is a planet and this is a star, or means, so the answer is by experience, or by regular observing their positions in the sky. You can identify them. So you have to be an active amateur astronomer to see, to identify which one is star and which one is planet. So, but say you are a beginner, and the first and foremost is install an app in your phone. Say yesterday I also said this Telerium is good app. Uh, Select your locations, uh, and just move around your phone. You can see by the season wise, or by the time. Say this day, if I talk about today, I can see Jupiter in the west direction, and then Mars and uh, Venus rising in the midnight or after in the early morning. So know the constellations also, because uh, हम लोग मालूम है कि हम लोग राशि, इंडियन, वी हैव इंडियन पंचांग. So panchang is related to planets only, which planet is in which koshtak, that is table. uh, so that is what panchang is. And panchang is all about motion of the planets. So you need to know, so just if you have any app, and yes, excuse me, I'm taking charge. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so you have an app and you find out that planet is in some constellation, say Scorpius, वृश्चिक राशि में ये गुरु का ग्रह है. So you need to identify the constellation वृश्चिक, और if you get the, if you have a newspaper, न्यूज़पेपर में भी आता है पंचांग का कॉलम कि आज कौन सा ग्रह कौन सी राशि में है. So you need to have understanding of rashi also. uh, know the date, rise, set time of and direction. पता होना चाहिए आपको कौन सी डायरेक्शन में दिखने वाला है, कब राइज होने वाला है, कब सेट होने वाला है. सो हाउ डू आई वॉच प्लैनेट्स? पता तो कर लिया कि हाँ ये जुपिटर है, बट हाउ डू आई वॉच इट? आई नीड अ टेलीस्कोप और नॉट अ बाइनोकुलर. In binocular you can hardly watch Jupiter because Jupiter is the biggest, largest planet in our solar system. I mean, it has a greater diameter, say 1,40,000 1,40,000 kilometer diameter. Otherwise, Mars is only 6,000 kilometer diameter. Uh, Even Venus, like Earth. Uh, so you need a good telescope. Now, if I talk about amateur astronomy, many people ask me, जो भी इंटरनेट पे 5-10 हजार के टेलीस्कोप मिलते हैं, आई डोंट नो विच कंपनी, सम अदर लोकल में, कि हाँ ये 8,000 वाला है, 5,000 का है या 2,000 का है. So don't go for those telescopes. They are made only for kids, and those telescope actually they look like this, which is in photo. So don't buy this type of telescope. It's only basic. You can only watch moon for from this telescope, not a single planet. और अगर आपने ले भी लिया तो आप इसमें आपको इसमें प्लेनेट कैसा दिखेगा, एक स्टार जैसा. You will not have a disk type structure, so you will ultimately you will dissatisfied. So to have a good telescope का साइज किस में आता है, इंचेस में आता है. uh, say 2 inch, 5 inch, 10 inch. So I would say above 6 inch is good for observations. I mean to identify कि जो Saturn का रिंग दिख रहा है, जुपिटर का बैंड दिख रहा है, Venus phases में दिख रहा है मुझे. So that is a वो आपको 6 इंच के ऊपर वाले टेलीस्कोप में ज्यादा आपको बेटर मिलेगा. By the way, I am using 8-inch telescope, which is but if you go above 10 inch, say 10 inch and above, तो वो आपको साइज बड़ा हो जाएगा. You need to have a good, I mean, थोड़ा बड़ा गाड़ी होना चाहिए, मतलब क्यों, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए गाड़ी चाहिए उसको. यू नो in our Rajkot club, they have a 12-inch telescope. उसके लिए वो they have to hire a tempo separately to carry it. So don't go for the bigger ones, don't go for the smaller ones. Only buy the optimum 6 to 8 inch, जिसको आप कैरी करके ले जाए. ओके, तो प्लैनेट्स में क्या होता है? देर आर टू फिनोमिनास. वन इज सीइंग and another is transparency, and they both are related to our earth's atmosphere. Okay, तो अगर आपको, जैसे आई टॉक अबाउट ट्रांसपेरेंसी इन द स्काई, हाँ, तो मैं बोलूंगा कि आज ट्रांसपेरेंसी अच्छा नहीं है, तो उसका मीनिंग क्या हुआ कि एबिलिटी टू सी ऑब्जेक्ट्स थ्रू एटमोस्फियर. ट्रांसपेरेंटी का स्केल है 1 to 10. अगर अच्छा नहीं है तो मैं बोलूंगा 10 इज द परफेक्ट ट्रांसपेरेंसी एंड 1 इज पुअर. तो मैं बोलूंगा आज 3 ट्रांसपेरेंसी है, 3 डिजिट में. तो इट्स नॉट गुड. तो ट्रांसपेरेंट, हु व्हाट फैक्टर्स अफेक्ट ट्रांसपेरेंसी इज ऑफ कोर्स लाइट पॉल्यूशन, हायर एल्टीट्यूड क्लाउड्स, जो उसको सीरियस क्लाउड्स बोलते हैं, इफ समवन नो, forest fire, smoke, if you live in Delhi, city lights, they all contribute to transparency, to decrease transparency. They all. So if you have a good pristine sky, I would say pristine sky. I mean, बहुत अच्छा आकाश, तो आपको ट्रांसपेरेंसी में ऑब्जेक्ट्स अच्छे दिखेंगे. और एक दूसरा है सीइंग, यानी मेरी देखने की एबिलिटी ऑफ टेलीस्कोप, आई मीन टेलीस्कोप टू शो डिटेल्स और शार्पनेस थ्रू आवर एटमॉस्फेयर. उसका भी स्केल है 1 to 10. 10 इज परफेक्ट, 1 इज पुअर. तो व्हाट फैक्टर्स अफेक्ट सीइंग? इट्स एटमॉस्फेरिक इश्यू, टर्बुलेंस, एयर टर्बुलेंस. टेलीस्कोप का ऑप्टिक्स भी उसमें रोल प्ले करता है. रिफ्रैक्टर्स, स्टेडी ऑब्जेक्ट्स, एंड ब्लरिंग एंड शिफ्टिंग डिस्टॉर्शन. तो ये दोनों फैक्टर अगर प्रेजेंट होंगे तो आपको मून है, ये मून का एक क्रैटर दिख रहा है, तो इट विल वोबल. देखिए आप वोबल कर रहा है वो, यू नो हिल रहा है. सो दिस इज द एग्जांपल ऑफ बैड ट्रांसपेरेंसी और बैड सीइंग, आई वुड से. तो आपको अगर से आपने आज कोई ऑब्जेक्ट्स देखा, 10 दिन बाद देखेंगे तो उसमें डिफरेंस हो सकता है, किसे बिकॉज ऑफ एटमोसफेयर. Okay, so how to we have already understood this yesterday, but for planets we will not consider this aperture. I will cancel it out. I will tell you why. So keep your camera in manual mode, shutter speed up, uh, not lower, just like yesterday, but up above 1 second मतलब 1/5 नॉर्मल शटर स्पीड, जैसे आप दिन में फोटो लेते हैं वैसे ही. आई विल टेल यू व्हाई. आईएसओ भी आप एडजस्ट कर सकते हैं, बट सॉरी. हाँ, पहले तो मैं सबसे पहले आपके पास होना चाहिए टेलीस्कोप. यू नीड टू हैव अ टेलीस्कोप टू शूट planets. If you don't have a telescope, you cannot shoot. Otherwise, I mean, there is no any lens made that reaches magnification up to planets. So you need to have a good above 6 inch telescope. उसमें आपका जो कैमरा है, आपको यहाँ पे ये आईपीस का होल्डर है, आईपीस लगाने का. तो यू रिमूव द आईपीस. आईपीस नेकेड आई से देखने के लिए है, बट टू कैप्चर इट आप आईपीस निकाल लीजिए. आपका जो कैमरा है अभी, जो प्रेजेंट जो भी कैमरा है, उसके कैमरे को टेलीस्कोप के आईपीस में लगाने के लिए देयर यू नीड टू फिटिंग्स, एंड दोज फिटिंग्स आर कॉल्ड दिस वन, T T ring and T adapter. So this T ring, this T adapter will fit here. Say this T ring and T adapter. T ring will fit here, and T camera adapter will fit here. So it will look like this. Okay, on your this is telescope and this is a camera. So you need two fittings, otherwise it will not fit. And nowadays people are moving ahead for this camera. It is called ZWO, special camera for planetary imaging, but it costs very high. I have not gone for this yet. It's my planning, but आप ये भी ले सकते हैं. This this will be this will have a good result than DSLR. तो आपके पास कैमरा होना चाहिए, टेलीस्कोप होना चाहिए, लेंस का जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज आप कैमरा का जो लेंस है उसको निकाल के आपको ये एसेसरीज लगाना है. ओके, फोकल लेंथ भी नहीं चाहिए, एपर्चर भी नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि एपर्चर कब काम करेगा और फोकल लेंथ कब काम करेगा, जब आपके पास लेंस होगा. आप लेंस तो निकाल रहे हैं. तो आईएसओ आप नॉर्मल रख सकते हैं, कुछ भी मतलब. शटर स्पीड आप मीडियम रखिए, नॉट, बट मीडियम यानी बिलो 1 सेकेंड, 1 सेकेंड के नीचे नहीं. दैट इज 5 सेकेंड, 30 सेकेंड, जस्ट मिल्की वे स्टार्टल से बताया उतना नहीं, उससे हाई रखना है. जूम, अगर सम कैमरास आर हैविंग अ डिजिटल जूम ऑप्शन इन देयर डीएसएलआर, तो ये भी आप यूज कर सकते हैं, वो फीचर्स भी. हाँ, अभी आपने कैमरा, आपका टेलीस्कोप, आपने प्लैनेट्स प्लैनेट्स के साइड फोकस कर लिया, कैमरा आपने लगा लिया. कैमरे आप फोकस कैसे करेंगे? हाउ विल यू फोकस? यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई मीन बाय फोकस? टू ब्लर एंड शार्पनेस. तो वो आपको ये नोब है टेलीस्कोप का, उससे आपको एडजस्ट करना है. तो आई मीन द मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट इज यू शुड हैव ऑपरेटेबिलिटी to handle the telescope as well as camera, as well as knowing where the planet is located. So multiple things are here. Okay, अब आपने रिकॉर्ड तो कर लिया. हाँ, यस, सॉरी सॉरी. ओके, आपको फोटो नहीं लेना है. जैसे मैंने कल बताया, फोटोग्राफी, इट इज वीडियोग्राफी. फॉर प्लेनेटरी इमेजिंग यू नीड टू शूट in a video format. Why video format? Because images planets are at further distance, video लेंगे तो आप, there are many softwares involved to produce a good image from the video. So there is a mathematical algorithm in these softwares. PIPP, AutoStackit, Registax, Photoshop. There are these softwares. They have an algorithm in made along with the software developer. तो वो आपको filter out करके noise reduce कर देगा. It's ultimately it's a stacking, I would say. To So this is the I know I'm throwing a lot of information on you today because but the topic is like this. Maybe you would you will find it tedious also, but once you learn it, it's very easy. I believe me, it's very easy. So this is a snapshot of PIPP, AutoStacker, Registax. But I will show you. I will show you the demo how to go one by one. Okay, now, okay. Photo stories. If say I would take the snapshot, I would take the picture of moon. I will not shoot a video. तो फोटो में वो ऐसा दिखेगा. बट थोड़ा ये उसका जूम है, आपको देखिए नॉट लॉट ऑफ नॉइज इज हियर, लॉट ऑफ इमेज नॉइज. और अगर मैं सेम प्रोसेस वीडियो से लेता हूं तो आप देखिए मून. सी, यू सी द डिफरेंस. दिस इज अ फोटोग्राफ only, and this is a photograph from video output. You see the difference here and here. See the same object. This is much sharper and much clearer than previous one. So this is the magic of the software. uh, okay, image versus single image. ये मैंने फोटो लिया कि जैसे I didn't shoot a video, I took a photograph. और दिस इज अ वीडियो आउटपुट. तो आप देखिए दोनों में देयर इज अ डिफरेंस. दिस इज मच क्लियर देन दिस फोटोग्राफ. और ये मैंने लास्ट मंथ लिया था. दिस इज मोर sharper. I mean, you can see the Cassini division and some small division. Ring F ring is here. You can see very small Saturn's atmosphere bands and all. This is Mars. I have recorded. You can see this is a South Pole. Mars South Pole has an ice. You can see the ice also, the white color. Mars channels and all. The colors. This is a cyan color, cyan or say I would say blue type, blue green cyan color, and this is caused because of the atmosphere of the Mars in the southern part. This image is upside down. This is north and this is south because in telescope it is upside down. This is Jupiter from my telescope. You can see the zones and bands and various patches on the Jupiter. This was taken last year, 2020, the COVID year. There was nothing I mean, we all can move, so I used my balcony as as a my to boost my passion. This is Venus. Venus, you should be knowing Venus. Venus have a phases just like a moon, from Ekam to Das Chaudas to again Ekam. So Venus also go phases just like a moon. This is a crescent moon. Say, sorry, crescent Venus, not a moon. This is also Venus, but slightly bigger than this phase. This is Mercury. I'm not satisfied with the result of Mercury because Mercury is a tiny planet, smallest planet in our solar system. So to get the smallest planet into your telescope and capture it, it becomes very challenging. This moon from the telescope, the eclipse from the telescope, again the moon craters and mountains. This is a sun. This is a disk of a sun. And what is this object? It is a planet Mercury. So it is called transit of Mercury across this disk of a sun. This happens quite, once or twice in a decade. This was in 2016, 9th May. You can see. So, okay, thank you is very bit early. I would say I will show you how to process planets. Okay, I will show you the original clip which I recorded. Are you able to see my screen? Yes.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
visible.
Okay. I know I'm throwing a lot of information.
Yeah.
You can see Saturn here. Can you see? Yes.
Yeah, yes, it's
Yeah.
visible.
So this is the original frame which I
Hmm.
recorded in a setup I showed you in a slide. The camera,
Hmm.
T adapter, and all. This is a planet Saturn. You can see it's moving here and there. Okay. So you can have 30 seconds here. I showed it for 30 seconds. And now PIPP software will have the output like this. It will send, it will keep it in a center. See, and the original, the sorry, output image will look like this. You can see. So it's wonderful. So that's you can see the shadow. What is this? You can see the black portion, which is, it looks like the ring are disappearing over here. Yes, because of the shadow of this ball. I mean, the planet Saturn's uh, shadow at the backside, this side. So it is obscuring the view. Wonderful. So I know I will type down the softwares in the chat, but I will show you how they look like, the softwares. See, this is auto stacked software. I mean, it stacks the image, it stacks the video. Sorry. So this looks like you just drag and drop here. But the problem is I cannot show you live because it takes a lot of time to stack. The video. The video is in GB and it creates a GB file. Uh, so it will it consume a lot of time. So that's why I cannot show you live in the software. Just like yesterday, I showed you for the star trails and all. Uh, so I hope it's clear to all. Uh, Sorry. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if anyone has any question, feel free to ask. If you even have a question related to telescope, I can help you.
Yeah, you can just simply unmute yourself and you can ask.
Yeah, or you can chat.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sir,
uh,
can
uh,
you find these telescopes readily available or how it is?
Telescope. I mean, you want to buy telescope?
Yeah, around 6 inch to 8 inch.
Yeah, they are readily available. Uh, the best telescope brand, I would say, is there are many available in market, but the best is Skywatcher, Celestron, then Bracer, Explore Scientific, and all. They are good brands.
What is the other brand you said? Southern Celestron?
I have typed in our chat. Uh, these four brands are very trending, and the first one, Skywatcher and Celestron, are the most selling telescopes all over the world. So, uh, uh, and minimum requirement would be 6 inch. So don't go for the telescope if your kid say. Many people ask me, I have a 10 years old kid and I want to gift him a telescope. So वो Amazon वाले या Flipkart वाले मेरे को दिखाते हैं, but they are not good. I mean, ultimately वो are not satisfactory.
Around what will be the range, the costing?
Range will minimum 6 inch. Say I go for Skywatcher, 6 inch telescope. It will cost me around 32,000. I just checked price last month. 30,000 is minimum.
Okay, these are all GoPro or
No, no, they are simple. They are manually operated. Uh, but unfortunately, the motorized telescope are 3 times costlier than the non-motorized. Say 6 inch non-motorized is 30,000, but if you go for motorized, it will cost you around 1 lakh rupees. So, uh,
if you
how
make
expensive?
if you
Yeah.
make these telescopes on our own?
We can make on our own, but the main element in our telescope is a primary mirror. So you need to have a good mirror. और अगर आप वो मिरर आप खुद बना सकते हैं, but it takes lot of efforts and lot of expertise. तो अगर आप मतलब आई वुड सजेस्ट कि आप रेडीमेड अवेलेबल ही ले, क्योंकि अगर आपने इतना मेहनत किया और फिर देर आर सम डिस्टॉर्शंस इन वाचिंग इट, प्लैनेट्स वो हिलेंगे, कोलिमेशन ठीक से नहीं होगा, आपको फॉल्स कलर इमेज दिखेगा, फॉल्स कलर, तो वो सब चीजें।
Okay.
My telescope is 8 inch Skywatcher, Dobsonian. Dobsonian is a type of telescope. So it is go to telescope, GPS location based, and its cost today is 1.5 lakh around. But if you go for non-motorized, it will cost you only 50,000 rupees. Not only, sorry, 50,000 rupees. Does Bello lens help in zooming the image? Yes, Bello helps to magnify your image. Uh, Say Bellows are available in size like 2x, 3x, 4x. So 2x is good. Uh, you have 6 inch f8, 6 inch f8. So Barlow, magnifies your image, but it deteriorates your final output in the eyepiece. तो बैरलो हमेशा अच्छा नहीं है, मतलब आपको बैरलो से डिसएडवांटेज ये है कि आपका इमेज वो रिजोल्यूशन बिगड़ जाएगा, मतलब क्योंकि जो टेलीस्कोप 6 इंच का है, 6 इंच में उसका कैपेसिटी है 6 f8, यानी उसका अपर्चर f8 हुआ जो आपने लिखा है, तो उसका कैपेसिटी वहां खत्म हो गया। मतलब अगर आप 2x लगाएंगे, 3x लगाएंगे, तो वो अल्टीमेटली फट जाएगा इमेज। इट्स गोइंग टू हैपन। सो व्हाट शुड द मिनिमम मैग्निफिकेशन ऑफ बैलो? 2x is not more than 2x. What do you suggest to a beginner in astrophotography, like setup or astrophotography इज अ वास्ट सब्जेक्ट, मतलब उसमें 4-5 टाइप्स हैं। आप किस टाइप में करना चाहते हैं उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है। से आई हैव सम कलीग्स हु आर डूइंग ओनली प्लेनेटरी इमेजिंग, so they have all the setup related to planetary only, but they don't have a lack, they don't have a knowledge in say star trails, or in say deep sky object, मतलब they are only for planetary imaging. So आप किस जेनर की बात कर रहे हैं एस्ट्रोफोटोग्राफी में, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट। एवरी जेनर हैज अ डिफरेंट सेटअप।
For
और
planetary and stars, you require different kind of telescopes, right?
या प्लेनेटरीज में यू शुड हैव अ टेलीस्कोप, यस।
No, that even the telescope, everything, the lot of things vary, right?
टेलीस्कोप में भी हाँ काफी सारे टाइप्स हैं, बट आप बेसिक लेके बेसिक में जाना चाहिए फर्स्ट, मतलब
No, focal length and so many things,
या
other things.
Focal length, focal length is how uh, the magnification power of a telescope. I mean, focal length is, and diameter is the capacity of the mirror to collect the photons of light from the sky. So, and aperture is the final unit. I mean, uh, how much light it will capture. So f6 is good. Like, oh, someone's wrote here f8. So f8 is okay. मतलब अगर आप SCT टेलीस्कोप में जाएंगे, सिमिट कैसे ग्रीन टेलीस्कोप, it's a type of telescope, say Dobsonian refractor, reflector and SCT. SCT का जो aperture है वो बहुत ज्यादा रहेगा, f12 f18 f20 तक रहता है SCT का, बट उसका फोकल लेंथ बहुत ज्यादा रहता है, से 2000 mm से 3000 mm. So SCTs are good for planetary watching.
Do you recommend any books or something or anything where we can generally get the you know the terminologies of
Hmm.
astronomy and the
Right.
basic, very basic way?
Yeah, there is one book from uh, I forgot the name, but his author's name is Sharma. You can just type in Google Sharma astrophotography book. Uh, he's from India, and I would suggest all of you, if you are in Facebook, so type join the page Indian Amateur Astrophotographer. There is a Facebook page. In all Indian amateur astrophotographers are there, and they put a lot of stuff, and a lot of learnings are there. So you should join the page every day.
It is on Facebook.
Yeah, in Facebook. I'm typing in the chat. Even I have learned a lot of from this page. And if you post your picture, say basic picture, so people will comment, and the improvement points and all. There are a lot of experts over there. Okay, grinding 10-inch mirror. What should be the system? Newtonian or Dobbs? Should I go for? So basically, Newtonian for Newtonian, you should have a tripod. For Dobsonian, there is a separate mount of, say, Dobsonian mount. But Dobsonian mounts are good rather than Newtonian. It's easy to move around. I would say so. Go to, you need to have motors, uh, altitude and azimuth motor, alt as motors, and it will cost around 30,000, maybe. I'm not sure. DSLR telescope don't have default camera. Yeah, telescope do not have a default camera. You should first, when to buy a telescope or camera, it depends on your hobby. My initial hobby was astronomy only, so I bought a telescope first, and then say later, after 10 years, I developed hobby for photography. So, but if you going to buy both, it will cost you too much. I mean, so just have a breakup.
So I have one question. Like you mentioned, there is a one of the camera is like for the completely for the planetary photo shoot. So like, what is the basic difference? Like, is any like basic difference? Like it will shoot for the like on like much high resolution of the planetary.
Yeah, it has got the sensor. The ZWO has a sensor only made for planetary. I mean, so planets are the size of a disk, and in a telescope, even you have a small telescope, say 4-inch telescope. that camera will capture nicely even in smaller telescopes. So technology wise, it is much upgrade to the previous the DSLR. CCD's cameras available in India in India shops. I don't know CCD cameras. People buy it from outside only because in India it costs too much, like customs and tax and all. So people order from say China mostly, and there is a website called Alibaba. People use it for astrophotographical accessories. So in Alibaba we get at much discount rate. So you just search for it. What here can I relaunch Planetary Telescopes? Yeah, 70 kilometers. Wow, it's good about first of all. You are lucky you live in Chennai, uh, and you will watch this launch. You can see by naked eye, but not a naked eye, but from 70-kilometer range, you should have some binocular stuff kind of stuff. There's some small binocular like 10x or 20x. And camera to shoot at 70-kilometer range, you should have a 300 lens. If you don't have, you can borrow from your friend or your colleague you know in within your vicinity. So 300 lens will help a lot. And almost every passionate photographer should have 300 lens. So go for it and good luck. At present, I'm grinding a 10-inch mirror, and what should be the my system Newtonian? Yeah, you can have Newtonian also. Sorry, repeated one. Yeah, okay. Newtonian also, but I would say what is the disadvantage? You should have a good collimation first of all. If you don't have collimation, then you will have an error between your track, a small tracker and the eyepiece, and you don't grind it correctly, you will have false image, false color in your. If you say if you're watching Jupiter, and Jupiter will look like some different false color like green and red, all that. It happens with our homemade mirrors. Okay, then I will go with another topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is deep sky, and deep sky is much more tedious than the planetary. So, uh, deep sky objects photography is for serious amateur astronomers, not say serious astronomers. I would say those who are seriously interested because it consumes a lot of your time, your lot of your efforts, lot of your equipments, budget. Yeah, it's a deep black hole of money. The deep sky objects is a deep black hole of money. So don't just jump into it. I have seen my couple of friends who has everything, like say, all the cameras and accessories for deep sky objects. And when they were enthusiastic, they used to have interest, but now they don't have. So the equipments are just the dusting. So don't jump into it. Okay. Uh, okay. What are the deep sky objects? So deep sky objects are the objects that are outside of our solar system, not part of our solar system. Of course, because in solar system only planets are there. So those includes galaxies, nebulas, and clusters. Uh, so all the galaxies, all the nebulas, all the clusters, whatever you see outside of a solar system, comets, they are deep sky objects, and they are always faint. You know, uh, they are visually faint, and they need the binocular or telescope is needed to watch them out. Um, so, say if I talk about star clusters have two types: open star cluster and globular star cluster. Open star cluster are, there are so many stars in one vicinity, but they are not a part of the same cluster. I mean, as seen from Earth, they look like they are crowded, but in actual distance, they are not crowded. So that's called open cluster. And in the globular cluster is a real one. I mean, they are uh, mutually gathered, crowded in by their gravitational field. Mutually gravitated. So these are called globular clusters. They are in actual they are located in the close vicinity of each other. Nebulas are have three types: bright nebula, dark nebula, and planetary nebula. So bright nebulas are it's if I talk about Orion Nebula, it's bright nebula. If I talk about say this is Flame Nebula in the background, Flame Nebula. This is a bright nebula. What is dark nebula? Dark nebula is Horsehead Nebula, the famous nebula. The famous dark head nebula is Horsehead. And why it is dark? There is a science behind it. You can read out. I will not talk it. It'll, and planetary nebula. Planetary nebula are those nebula. Uh, it is called planetary nebula, but in actual, it is a star who blasted uh, in the star dying. The dying star is called planetary nebula, because after the star explodes, all the material of the star, the plasma or whatever the material, hydrogen clouds and all, they all stay apart, like boom, and it will look like a nebula. And galaxies are spiral galaxies, elliptical, and irregular. Yes, as I mentioned, you there needs dedication, time, and money to capture the deep sky objects. All these three things all at once. So this is just my chart. I mean, what bright, I mean, what objects you can capture deep sky. Say I talk about bright nebula. So Orion is there, Trifid Nebula, Omega, Lagoon, California, many more. If I talk about dark, only Horsehead is there. Uh, Planetary Nebula, Dumbbell, Ring Nebula, the famous Owl Nebula. If I talk about clusters, there are two clusters. ओपन क्लस्टर प्लेडिस इज देयर, कृतिका नक्षत्र जो बोलते हैं ना कार्तक महीना, अभी जो जनवरी में था, जनवरी में जो एंड हुआ. सो बीहाइव नेबुला, डबल क्लस्टर, ग्लोबुलर में है एम ओमेगा सेंटरी, मैनी मोर. जस्ट दीज आर एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल फैक्ट्स. गैलेक्सीज में आपका एंड्रोमेडा द क्लोजेस्ट गैलेक्सी, बोडेज नेबुला, अरे सॉरी बोडेज गैलेक्सी, वर्लपूल, लियो, ट्रायंगुलम, all this. So these are the trending objects to capture. No, where do I find deep sky objects? So deep sky objects के लिए उतना easy नहीं है उन्हें ढूंढना और उसने पकड़ के रखना, मतलब अपने टेलीस्कोप में या कैमरा में पकड़ के रखना, क्योंकि ओके, सो फर्स्ट you need to know 108 Messier objects. What is Messier? There was an astronomer called Charles Messier. Uh, he discovered 108 objects in the night sky, which were, including all most of the galaxies that we can see with our naked eye, because during his discovery, a telescope was not invented. So I believe he has watched from his eyes only. So there are 108 objects, but the sky in the say 500 years ago was crystal clear, not like today. You know, so you should know the 108 objects, their position, in which constellation they are located, how how bright they are, what is the magnitude, uh, in what month I can see it, in what month they rise and set. So that's this kind of things. So all astronomical facts you should be having. Know the sky chart. For the sky chart, you can go to the Stellarium software in Play Store. Stellarium app, sorry. No, okay, whatever. Extreme low, yeah. Deep sky objects are always visible in extreme low light conditions, dark skies, not from the city light pollution. Uh, okay, why deep sky objects? Why want to we capture? So first is it is astrophysics is involved. It is science and art, recording celestial events, explore the night sky, follow your passion. You can have the discovery of comets of your own, asteroids, supernovas, and all. Like supernovas are observed in galaxies. One of my friend, Vishal Joshi, uh, he he has claimed to be a supernova from his discovery last year. Understand the universe, of course. So basic concept are, this is the first and foremost. You should have knowledge of basic astronomy. I think this is the repeat ones. Okay. Okay. So we need as much light as we can because the objects are faint. टू कैप्चर द फेंट ऑब्जेक्ट हमको एक्सपोजर बहुत लंबा करना पड़ेगा, जैसे हमने स्टार ट्रेल में बताया, मिल्की वे में बताया कि 30 सेकंड रखना है. इसमें नॉट 30 सेकंड, यू शुड गो अबव 30 सेकंड, दैट इज 2 मिनट्स, 2 आवर्स, होल नाइट, दैट इज 6 to 7 आवर्स. तो आपको डार्क लोकेशन पता होना चाहिए, लॉन्गर एक्सपोजर आपको रखना है. स्काई इज नॉट ब्लैक. यस, मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल वो बच्चे को डराते हैं ना कि सो जाओ वरना मतलब अंधेरा बाहर बहुत ज्यादा है तो इसलिए सो जाओ, मतलब तो अंधेरा, अंधेरा इज अ सिंबल ऑफ डार्क, ब्लैक. So I want to say sky is not black. Sky is full of colors, the celestial colors. Say Milky Way has a yellow color. The all the nebulas and they all have a color. So sky is not black. Sky moves. So this is the most challenging part we face in the deep sky objects because Earth has a spinning motion. So अगर मैं 2 घंटा के लिए एक्सपोजर में रखता हूँ तो स्काई मूव होगा तो मेरा जो ऑब्जेक्ट है वो आपके कैमरे के फ्रेम से हट जाएगा. हमको उसको पकड़ना पड़ेगा. पकड़ने के लिए क्या चाहिए? ट्रैकर चाहिए, एक मोटर चाहिए. जो मोटर स्काई का जो स्पीड है, द मोशन ऑफ द स्पीड ऑफ आवर अर्थ स्पिनिंग, तो वो मोशन के साथ वो मोटर भी घूमे. द मोटर ऑल्सो रोटेट्स. So that is called equatorial mount. It will come in next slide. You should have equatorial mount or say tracker, sky tracker or say star tracker. There are many terminologies. Star tracker क्या करता है? Tracker, it tracks the sky and does not show up your object as a trailed one. I mean, it point object ही आपको रखेगा. Seeing transparency we already discussed. Okay, now this is, ये जो कलर में डिस्कस किया वैसे ही रखना है. Shutter speed, aperture, shutter speed higher, aperture lower, ISO optimum 800 से 1600. uh, we'll go to the next one. Trailing we have already discussed. If you are using a crop frame, 500 divided by focal length. अगर आप से 50 mm आपके पास लेंस है कैमरे का, सो 500 डिवाइडेड बाय 50 इज 10 सेकेंड। तो आपको 10 सेकेंड का शटर स्पीड रखना है। अगर आप 11 सेकेंड में जाएंगे तो क्या होगा, आपका जो इमेज है उसमें स्टार ट्रेल हो जाएगा, ट्रेलिंग दिखेगा। बट वी डोंट वांट स्टार ट्रेल्स फॉर दिस डीप स्काई, वी वांट पॉइंट ऑब्जेक्ट्स। So don't go above 10 second if you're using 50 lens. Likewise, you can have a calculation of your own. Okay. अगर मैं 250 का लेंस यूज करता हूँ, सो इट कम्स 2 सेकंड। अगर आप 2 सेकंड से ऊपर जाएंगे तो वो ट्रेल हो जाएगा। Okay, we have already discussed this. Okay, equipments we need. We need equatorial motorized mount or say star tracker. We need to do polar alignment. सो पोलर अलाइनमेंट इज अ डिफिकल्ट टर्म, वो मैं अभी आपको थियोरेटिकली बता दूंगा, बट आपको समझ में उतना नहीं आएगा, क्योंकि जो इक्वेटोरियल माउंट है उसमें वो अर्थ की स्पीड के साथ मूव होता है मोटर। बट वो रेफरेंस क्या लेगा, तो रेफरेंस लेगा पोल स्टार, यानी ध्रुव का तारा जो नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन में हमेशा रहता है। तो वो इट यूजेस पोल स्टार एज अ रेफरेंस, सो इट इज कॉल्ड पोलर अलाइनमेंट। आपको आपका जो इक्वेटोरियल माउंट है वो पोल स्टार की तरफ रखना है। आपके इक्वेटोरियल माउंट में एक लेंस दिया होगा, लेंस में लेंस के सेंटर में आपको पोल स्टार को रखना है। सेंटर में भी नहीं, पोल स्टार अभी 1 डिग्री ऑफ हो गया है, मतलब काफी, तो आपको 1 डिग्री ऑफ रखना है। अगर आप ठीक से पोलर अलाइनमेंट करेंगे तो ही आपका फाइनल इमेज जो है ट्रेल्ड नहीं होगा और पॉइंट ऑब्जेक्ट्स आएगा। आई मीन इट विल हैव, अदरवाइज वो आपका इमेज खराब हो जाएगा। So for the polar alignment, you need to have a good skill to find the pole star and to align it. कोलिमेशन आपका होना चाहिए। कोलिमेशन इज डिफिकल्ट टर्म। आई वुड से कोलिमेशन मीन्स आपका टेलीस्कोप का मिरर और आईपीस के बीच में कैसा अलाइनमेंट है, दैट इज कॉल्ड कोलिमेशन। तो कोलिमेशन बिगड़ जाता है अगर आप से मैं मेरा टेलीस्कोप 300 किलोमीटर तक लेके जाता हूँ गाड़ी में डाल के, तो वो गाड़ी में जो वाइब्रेशंस होगा उसकी वजह से कोलिमेशन उसका माउंटिंग थोड़ा सा चेंज होता है। मैंने देखा है, उसके लिए आपको फिर से कोलिमेशन करना पड़ेगा। फॉर कोलिमेशन देयर आर डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टूल्स, से लाइक रेड डॉट फाइंडर and manual also you can do. I'll not talk much on that. Piggyback telescope, अभी मैं डिस्कस नहीं करना चाहता। कूलिंग, अभी अभी से आप अपने कैमरे में फोटोग्राफ्स ले रहे हैं। ओके, से ओरायन नेबुला ले रहे हैं आप फोटोग्राफ्स। ओरायन नेबुला अच्छे से आने के लिए कितना एक्सपोजर चाहिए, से 1 घंटा। तो 1 घंटे तक आपका कैमरा फोटो खींचता रहेगा, से 5-5 मिनट के लिए। तो आपका जो फर्स्ट फोटोग्राफ होगा वो क्लियर होगा, बट आपका जो लास्ट फोटोग्राफ होगा 1 घंटे वाला जो लास्ट होगा उसमें बहुत सारा नॉइज होगा, क्योंकि आपका कैमरा का सेंसर हीटअप हो जाएगा इतने सारे फोटोग्राफ्स खींचने के बाद। तो कैमरा हीटअप ना हो उसके लिए कूलिंग चाहिए। ओके, कूलिंग के लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं, डीएसएलआर में कुछ ऑप्शन नहीं है उसके लिए। सीसीडीज, आप सीसीडीज को आपको सेट करना पड़ेगा, से -10 डिग्री, इसमें ऑप्शन आता है। सो इट्स काइंड ऑफ हाई फाई टर्म। नॉइज मैनेजमेंट भी आपको करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि नॉइज मैनेजमेंट, देयर आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ नॉइज: इमेज नॉइज, रेड नॉइज और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक नॉइज। Image noise is which your image has. Read noise is what your thermal sensor, after multiple exposures you have. And electronic noise is uh, what your camera electronics has. So all these three uh, contribute to noise management. ओके, आपको फोटोग्राफ्स कैसे लेने हैं? लाइट फ्रेम्स, देयर आर थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ फ्रेम्स: लाइट फ्रेम्स, डार्क फ्रेम्स एंड ऑफसेट फ्रेम्स। लाइट फ्रेम क्या है? आप ओरिजिनल जो फोटोग्राफ्स है वो है। डार्क फ्रेम्स क्या है? सेम सेटिंग आपने जो रखा है, बट आपका जो कैमरे का कवर है, जो कवर ब्लैक कलर, जो लेंस का कैप, तो वो आपको लेंस का कैप आप उसको उसके ऊपर ढक दीजिए। क्यों ढक दीजिए? फिर फोटो आएगा ही नहीं, ठीक है, नहीं आएगा तो बट उससे आपका जब स्टैकिंग करेंगे तो ये जो तीन नॉइज मैंने बताया वो कम हो जाएगा, ये नॉइज आपका कम हो जाएगा। I know this is very tedious. Up, you must be thinking that, oh, this is too much. But don't get disappointed. These are the things which you learn with the passage of time, not all of a sudden. So don't worry about it. It happens. It has happened with me, with everyone. ऑफसेट फ्रेम में आप शटर स्पीड फास्ट कर दीजिए, से वन मैक्सिमम जितना आपका कैमरे का है, कितना होता है, 1/4000। एंड कवर भी आप लेंस कैप का कवर आप रख दीजिए। एंड ऑल दिस थ्री एक्सपोजर्स you should load in the software. We'll talk about software later on. Okay, the software is Deep Sky Stacker. मैं आपको चैट बॉक्स में लिख दूंगा डीप स्काई स्टैकर के बारे में। Another is Image Plus, but Image Plus is a paid version, paid software. I don't know its crack version is available or not, but it's paid. Pix Inside, it is also paid software. And don't worry, these softwares uh, they appear difficult, but they are not. You just need to load them up, and automatically software will do its stuff. Just like what I showed you yesterday in the Star Trails case. I loaded all the images and the final image came out in the trails. So this is my telescope. Uh, I don't I personally I don't have an equatorial mount. I don't own it, but my club at Rajkot they have it, and I use theirs. This accessory, this device is called a star tracker. I have it. It's called Vixen Polary Star Tracker. You must have heard Vixen Polary. It's the name of the company, Vixen Optics, and it is not available in India. In India, uh, it costs. I mean, if you bring it up by some shopkeeper, it costs very much high. So order it from outside. If your friend, someone in US can bring it. So you see, I have attached my camera onto this Vixen Polary like this. Okay, this our club, Rajkot club has. This is called equatorial mount. ये जो है कैप, ये कैप आप निकाल देंगे तो आपको यहाँ से पोल स्टार दिखेगा टूवर्ड ये लाइन पे। तो आपको इसको सेट करना है 22 डिग्री पे, आपके लैटिट्यूड पे। इफ यू से इन दिल्ली, आपका लैटिट्यूड होगा 27, तो आप 27 पे रख दीजिए। यहाँ पे मार्कअप्स है। So you should have a pole star in the center of this equatorial mount, and it is fully motorized. यहाँ पे मैंने कैमरा लगा दिया है। आप कितने भी कैमरा लगा सकते, दो तीन। एंड दिस इज अ टिपिकल सेटअप ऑफ अ पिगीबैक टेलीस्कोप। एक टेलीस्कोप के ऊपर दूसरा टेलीस्कोप, इट्स कॉल्ड पिगीबैक, बट इट्स आई हैव नॉट यूज्ड इट येट। इट्स वेरी एक्सपेंसिव एंड वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स। आपको से 5 घंटा फोटो लिया तो इनटू 3 टाइम्स यानी 15 आवर्स आपको प्रोसेसिंग में जाएगा। तो इफ यू हैव टाइम देन यू कैन डू दिस। This is what about noise. It's very theoretical. Like, this is a camera sensor has 1 pixel 2 pixel, नहीं बोलते हम इतना मेगा पिक्सल है, यानी मेगा यानी आप इंटू 10 10 6 लगा दीजिए पीछे, तो 24 मेगापिक्सल इंटू 10 6 यानी जो भी हुआ बिलियन जितना भी हुआ, तो उतने आप पिक्सल्स हैं आपके कैमरे के सेंसर में, आप एक 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 काउंट कीजिए। ओके, तो वो सब पिक्सल में आप जो भी फोटो लेते हैं वो एज अ पिक्सल बनता है, एंड रेन ड्रॉप्स आर लाइट्स एंटरिंग टू योर सेंसर। तो हाँ, दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट। SNR, सिग्नल टू नॉइज रेशियो। ओके, अभी देखिए ये मेरा फर्स्ट फोटोग्राफ है। फर्स्ट फोटोग्राफ में नॉइज देखिए, दूसरा फोटोग्राफ लिया, तीसरा लिया, नॉइज बढ़ रहा है, देखिए चौथा लिया, 14th लिया। ठीक है, तो आप देखिए नॉइज कितना ज्यादा है। और ये कम टेम्परेचर में, ये थोड़ा और ज्यादा टेम्परेचर, जैसे जैसे समर में लिया मैंने, समर में टेम्परेचर ज्यादा रहता है, तो आप देखिए इमेज, यू नो, आपकी इमेज को वो खराब कर रहा है, नॉइज। सो टू गेट रीड ऑफ नॉइज, स्टैकिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड। स्टैकिंग यानी एक एक साथ आपने 100 फोटो लिए, 100 फोटो को एक साथ जोड़ना, इट्स कॉल्ड स्टैकिंग। आई नो दिस इज मच वेरी वेरी थियोरेटिकल सब्जेक्ट। अभी चैलेंजेस में, जैसे मैंने कल बताया, सेम आई एम रिपीटिंग, पैशन होना चाहिए आपका, प्लानिंग होना चाहिए, पेशेंस होना चाहिए। इट रिक्वायर लॉट ऑफ पेशेंस, लॉट ऑफ एस्ट्रोनॉमी teaches us to have lot of patience and persistence. Yeah, I have discussed most of this yesterday. Okay, now photo stories. So this is the Andromeda galaxy I have captured. Uh, uh, M31. This is its satellite galaxy, M33. This is M31. You see the background star. Uh, I'm still, by the way, I'm still learning to make it more better. I mean, to capture as much as I can and use the skill, software skills, and processing skills and all. So it's not only कि मैंने photo ले लिया और photo आ गया. It requires processing skills also. This is Orion Nebula, you see. So as I said, this don't scare your child that the sky is black. Sky is full of colors. You can see a lot of colors over here, and they are the real colors, not the post process or ज़्यादा saturation कर दिया, ऐसा नहीं है. They are the real ones. Yes, see, the sky is not black. This is a Bernard loop. It's called Bernard loop. The This is why the red color is there, because they are the molecular clouds. Molecular clouds are rich of hydrogen, made up of hydrogen and helium. 96% hydrogen, 4% helium. This is Flame Nebula. This is Horsehead Nebula. This is Orion Nebula. This is Running Man Nebula, and you can see a lot of stuff. This is Orion, Orion 3 star 1, Alnilam, Alnitak, and Minitak. Alnilam, Alnitak, Minitak. So you need to have a good knowledge of astronomy for a deep sky photography. It's not only about photography, it's all about astronomy. These are the Bode's galaxy, say M81, M82, and this is NGC, that is National General Catalog Galaxy. This is a California nebula. Why it is California name? Because it looks like a map of California. It's very faint in the sky. You need to go to a rich sky, I mean rich dark sky around your location, not from the city light pollution. You can see all these things. This is Plates nebula, sorry, Plates cluster. It is cluster of the stars. उसको हम सात बहन बोलते हैं, seven sisters, 1 2 3 4 5, the major 7 stars. You can see the molecular nebulosity here also. This is Ring Nebula. See, the sky is not black. It looks like some blue color. Ring Nebula. By the way, this is a planetary nebula. Planetary nebula means this nebula was earlier a star. A star exploded, and this is the outcome of the explosion. I mean, this is Pleiades cluster, and this is a comet Vitanen, 46P Vitanen. It looks cyan in color. This is again Orion Nebula from a different sky using the Vixen Polari Star Tracker. This is a double clusters. This is also, sorry, this is Beehive cluster. This is double cluster and dew removers. Because in winter, say you are shooting, your lens will fog up. To get rid of fog up, you need a dew remover that I have made on my own using the resistors and a 9-volt battery. So don't worry, it's not a hi-fi stuff. It's very simple. Now I will show you how to post process. Say uh, this is the outcome of my image. Yes, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, why it is not zooming? Okay, okay. This is the Photoshop software, PS. You can see here. This is the uh, stacked image of Andromeda galaxy. You can see the sister galaxy M33 here. This is M31. Okay. Now you can see there is no detail. Only only look like a star. The fuzzy star is visible over here. So what will I do? I will go to image adjustment and I will use the curve. कर्व को मैं थोड़ा ब्राइट करूंगा तो देखिए आपका इमेज ब्राइट होगा। देखो ये ओवर एक्सपोज हो गया, आपको मेरे को उतना ज्यादा नहीं करना है, थोड़ा ही करना है। यस, ठीक है। अभी उसके बाद मैं लेवल्स में गया, ठीक है, लेवल्स को थोड़ा मैंने डार्क किया। हर्ष, कैन यू सी द डिफरेंस?
Yeah.
ओके, थोड़ा मैंने डार्क किया, फिर मैंने वापस से कर लिया, थोड़ा मैंने और ब्राइट किया, ठीक है, फिर मैंने वापस से लेवल्स किया। सी नाउ द सम फीचर्स I'm getting some good features, you know. So this is I'm just doing a trial and error. You can see now it's you see the picture of a galaxy look like, yes,
Yeah. Now it's look like the galaxy.
yeah. See
All. Mm.
the dark patches are there. I'm just roughly aggressively doing it. See now it looks like a galaxy.
Yeah.
What I photographed, what I shown here. So you just have to keep doing it. Not keep doing it until it becomes noisy. Not much noisy. See now it has some good,
Yeah. Now like all the galaxies are visible. The sister galaxy
yeah,
and all.
all the stars and galaxy stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see looks like a galaxy. Earlier there was nothing. So this is the magic, not my magic, the magic of the software, the magic of our hard work that we did in the field, that I did in the field. I mean photographing it. So and add some color, sorry, add some filters and colors and all stuff. It will look like the final image. uh, yeah, it'll look like this after processing. I'll show you. See this one.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
great tool. I want
yeah.
to ask you like these colors are like natural from the photography itself, or it's like something filter or anything?
No. They're natural. They're natural.
Okay.
So filter means not a photographic color filter, but
Yeah.
filters I used to mean this filters. Blur, noise,
Yeah.
sharpen. This filters I'm talking about, not a color filter,
Okay.
which we use on Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, आता है ना reels में filters
Yeah.
जो, not that kind of filters. Just kidding.
Like
Uh,
I read somewhere like from the Hubble telescope, the capturing the photo, it's black and white, but after
yeah.
the process in a processing time, it
They,
will
yeah,
like
yeah, correct. Because the professional ones, they use
uh,
RGB filter. I mean, they use only red filter, then only green, and then only yellow, uh,
yeah.
only blue. So RGB, and they mix up all the colors. So
Yeah, and like basic of the chemical things, they like put the
yeah,
colors in a hydrogen in the blue and oxygen is
yeah.
the green, something like that.
This is a final output. I don't know where it is. This was the image captured by me from Sasangir, the jungle of Sasangir. Uh, why it's not appearing? Yeah, so you can see lot of stars. You see number of stars are there. See the Bernard Loop and all. Hmm. Now, if I talk about Pleiades, see, this is Pleiades, कृतिका स्टार क्लस्टर. अभी जो स्टैक्ड आउटपुट इमेज में कुछ नहीं है. अभी मैं फिर से मैं आपको जो दिखाया था,
Hmm.
कंट्रोल एम दैट इज कंट्रोल एल दैट इज लेवल्स. मैं लेवल्स एडजस्ट कर रहा हूँ. अगेन कंट्रोल एम, आपको थोड़ा थोड़ा नेबुलसिटी, थोड़ा थोड़ा नेबुलसिटी बाहर आ रहा है. यू कैन सी the image is becoming red. I need to calibrate that later on. You know, अगर आप, if I make it neutral, say match color neutralize, so this is the neutral color. Yeah, this is oversaturated. I'm just doing aggressively just to show you.
Yeah,
Yeah, black and white में देखिए. Yeah, see a lot of stuff is here. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, please ask. I know I have given you a lot of informations all at once, uh, which is difficult. I know it's difficult to understand uh, sometimes. But you have any questions, or if you have any question later on in your mind, you just ask me on Instagram. And the deep sky astrophotography is much difficult. uh, आपके पास सब इक्विपमेंट्स होना चाहिए, स्किल होना चाहिए, एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल बेसिक नॉलेज होना चाहिए, प्रोसेसिंग नॉलेज होना चाहिए, प्रोसेसिंग नॉलेज के लिए सॉफ्टवेयर होने चाहिए. सो इट्स डीप ब्लैक होल.
yeah, like to alignment all the this polar sky and
Yes.
there is too much patience you need. Yeah,
Yes. And first of all, for all these things, you need to travel to a dark sky.
yeah,
Unlike पहले 20 साल पहले की बात करें, uh, uh, तो we used to get a good sky almost 20-30 kilometer away from the city. But now, अभी बड़े बड़े halogens लग गए हैं सब जगह में.
yeah,
You cannot get rid of it. So आपको दूर ही जाना पड़ेगा. That's तो दूर जाने के लिए आपके पास ग्रुप होना चाहिए अच्छा.
yeah.
You cannot go alone
Hmm.
yourself. So better, I suggest, I mean, you all are from a different cities. You just club your same like-minded friends who are also interested in astronomy or photography. uh,
Yeah,
so you just and make some activity, meet on a regular basis. That way it will boost up your passion also.
yeah.
Sir, your Rajkot club has got any like
Mhm.
WhatsApp group or something like that?
Um, yeah, they have a WhatsApp group, yes, but they have a group only for club members. I mean, there is some minimum yearly fee. If we pay it, we can be the member of that group.
What will be the two? It is online, offline, both.
Uh, Not online. It is offline. Rajpalji, it's offline. Just like
Okay.
last week, they have arranged a star party at the jungle of Sasangir. But
Okay.
yeah, somehow I couldn't make it to join. But in March also, I will send you the link. In March also, there is a star party in Sasangir jungle. We choose jungle area because it's full of dark sky. There is no light pollution. There is no any environmental pollution also. So
But there will be some lions and tigers.
of course, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been going there for some 5 6 years,
Okay.
repeatedly, twice in a year, and it's challenging. I mean, it's thrilling. You have fears of lions and all, and but of course, some local peoples are there with us, so they protect us.
The first star party that I attended around 1.5 year back, when I
Where,
entered the venue,
where?
somewhere near Talkaveri, Bangalore.
Tankara,
In Talkaveri, in Karnataka, near
Karnataka.
Coorg.
Yeah, yeah.
Near Coorg.
Okay.
So first, when I entered, I encountered with a snake. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just entering the venue. A
Mm-hmm.
snake has just passed by my leg.
Yeah. Yes.
Luckily, it didn't bite me.
So yeah, I already explained that that animals, you should go to safe location. I also faced some foxes,
And that
foxes
way,
stopping.
it is a resort,
Okay.
not an open jungle. It was a resort where we encountered a snake.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
It's like
uh,
photography with adventuring.
yeah. And frankly speaking, by my open heart, that I am not a master in any of this genre. I'm just learning it. But what I have learned on my own, just I'm explaining, or I explained in both of the workshops. But still, there are so many things that are up to, I mean, that are pending for me to learn.
Okay.
No,
And by
whatever
the
the
way, someone is from Chennai. Who is that? Can you unmute yourself? I read someone is from Chennai. Yeah. Okay, no problem. Uh, I'm looking at the questions. Okay, how many numbers of dark frames and offset frames have to be taken for processing? So dark frames and offset frames are only 30% of your light frames. Say if you have taken normal frames, normal exposures of 100 exposures, so you can take 30 darks and 30 offset. So 30% of your total number of light frames. How the raw photo is transforming. Yes, yes, correct. The raw can change change uh, everything. For deep sky objects, what should be the aperture size? Aperture. I mean, telescope aperture comes in picture, not the camera aperture. I mean, camera aperture will be as wide as you can, like 3.5 or 2.8, whatever. Now I don't have a camera telescope, but in future, please keep in mind. I'll ask sender. Yes, for sure, for sure. Most welcome.
if you want to buy some equipment, we can contact you, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure. Yeah, definitely. It is a bang, Big Bang Astronomy Club, which I'm talking about at Rajkot, and the club is very active. Okay, Pluto codes. You are from Chennai. Can you unmute yourself? Who is Pluto code? I think he's shy.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi, hi, hi.
Yeah, I'm Logesh from Chennai.
Uh, what's your name? Logesh.
Logesh, Logesh.
Yogesh. Okay. Hi, Yogesh. Nice to talk to you. But
Yes.
I asked because I am working for the Shell. Shell is located in Chennai at Perungudi.
No, no. I'm owning my own company.
Sorry.
I'm not working. I'm owning my own company.
Okay. No, I'm talking about myself. That I am working for Shell, and
Okay.
which is located in its headquarters is in Chennai, Perungudi area. So
Okay.
by near future, right now it's work from home, but by near future I'll be moving to Chennai.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's why
Nice
I'm
to hear.
okay. So I will need your help, Yogesh.
Yeah. We can see whenever we have a time.
You
You
live
come
in a
to
Chennai.
Chennai.
You live in Chennai city or outside of city?
Yeah. Inter Chennai.
In the city, right?
Yes.
Okay. Uh,
It's nice
uh,
session, right? Yesterday only I got to know on when I see your meeting.
uh-huh.
This is nice, very nice session. This is
Okay.
my first meeting about the astrophotography.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
when he shows your photos and the images, and I already saw in LinkedIn, and
Okay. Okay.
I also saw in Instagram photos.
Okay.
It's very
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you. Just Yogesh,
Yeah,
because you are connected to Chennai, I'm posting my phone number in chat. Uh, can you please message me your number
yeah, yeah.
in my on my phone number? So if in
Yeah.
near future we can connect astronomically also.
Yeah, so many people are there in Trichy Astro Club is there.
Okay.
In Balapardi is head of the
Okay.
Trichy
Okay.
Astro Club. He is also on the, making photos and astrophotography. He is interested. He has so
Okay.
many clubs.
Okay. 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 We will connect offline. Just you can message me or say WhatsApp me in my in this number, and then we will
Yeah,
connect
yeah,
offline.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Sir, how do you join this Big Bang Astronomy Club?
Mm,
If
but
it is online only, it is
Rathwali,
offline. Not.
you are located in Bangalore, right?
Yes.
So it will not be helpful to you. I mean, because they don't run online activities. They run only in-person activities. I mean, but
Okay.
in Bangalore there is a Bangalore Astronomical Society that called BAS BAS. Uh,
Yeah, I know. They are totally online.
yeah. Okay. Okay. So I have attended their few lectures, like say 5 10 years ago. I don't know. I don't remember. But they're also active. There is Akshar, Akash Simha. Then I forgot the
Yeah,
names. Yeah.
I I am also a member of that,
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah. So
but they are
there is
criminal
a
overactive.
yeah.
They are, you cannot catch them. I
So
mean, they
there
are
is a
so active in that by the time end of the day, 1 200 messages will be there.
okay. There is person called Dr. Suresh Mohan. I think he's in Chennai. Uh, so he's also
Yeah.
active. Yeah. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, you can ask later on my mobile number on Instagram. Uh, okay, yes,
Yeah. So
you have
like
close
yeah,
notes.
yeah. Like it's a very fantastic session and very informative too. Like today's and both, and like we have the, of course, we get the most of knowledge about this deep sky. How to
Yeah,
like we can capture these deep sky objects, and it's colorful. All the deep sky objects,
yeah,
and it's naturally colorful. So it's a, and like I hope like in a next maybe in workshop or any event we meet again, maybe in offline or online. What
yeah.
will be
We can
like?
arrange offline. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that people
So
in person
yeah,
comes to know. Yeah, the actual practical things.
yes. So like
Yeah,
when maybe it's after a COVID situation, we can maybe plan something like that for the completely it's a
yeah,
offline mode.
sure.
Maybe like connecting with some of the clubs, and like we can
Hmm.
start part or something like we can do together. We can
Sure.
maybe stay in future. So it's very fantastic, and thank you for like
Thank you.
accept our invitation to like and give the
Mhm.
information a lot of and
Yeah.
to the all the audience and all.
Yeah. So,
And
to all the members who are joining, who have joined this workshop, I would like to see your work from my class. That how you, rather it is Star Trails or Milky Way,
yeah.
just show me your work. So
So
I'll be happy to see.
for that, like as I announced in, yesterday, we will like passing one Google form where you have to like post your photo as I like told in, till before the next Sunday, and we will
Mhm.
post in our like in our Insta channel, and we will also tag you, sir, so you can also like see the each of the like work. Okay, so maybe it's work, right?
Okay. So thanks
Yeah,
all. Have a good day.
yeah. Have a good
Bye
day,
bye.
sir.
Bye bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Thank you all to join us. Bye.